Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really know you are.
Hey friends, on today's video, we are making acrylic keychains. And we are doing it by heat pressing wording onto it. And I'm excited. Are you ready? Here we go. So I can't remember if these blanks were actually made to be sublimated on, but we're going to rock with it. What I did was print it out on some sublimation printer paper, the logo that we're going to use, and yeah, let's rock with it. We're going to figure out how I want it placed up here, and yeah.
So, one thing I do want to point out is that if you're going to be doing this, make sure you print your wording backwards so that way, when you get ready to sublimate it up there, it will read the correct way. Okay, so now that we're getting our heat press hot, I couldn't tell you which temperature to put this on because this is my first time. So basically, this is a trial and error method, and I will tell you, I did mess up a lot of them trying to figure this out, but once I got it, baby, I got it.
It was at this moment I realized I messed up.
So somehow the paper is like stuck to it and it would not come off easily. So right now I'm trying to figure out how am I going to get this off because it's going to come off. So leave it to Beaver. I came up with the idea of putting it in water and soaking it off. And let's just say it did work. Today's a new day. All right, we are on day number 2.
So now we gotta peel off the plastic film that is on each of the keychains to prevent the acrylic from getting scratched up. So that's what we're doing right now. Bada boom, bada boom. And we're gonna cut out some more of the sublimation printouts to put up there. Yep. So I did find a better heat-resistant tape. Well, I'm not going to say it's better. It's just cheaper, more affordable, and does the same thing as the Cricut heat tape. I do like the Cricut blah, 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 blah. I do like the Cricut tape for heat-resistant. It's just more expensive, and right now I need to save money. So we're going to go with the one that I found on Amazon. If you're interested in it, let me know, and I'll leave the link down below.
I did turn the heat down on the Cricut Maker because it was causing it to warp a little bit, and I don't like that, so I turned the heat down and just let it press for a little bit longer, but I think at some point I probably turned it back up and just said, you know what, F it, because I was trying to hurry up and get it done. But yeah.
So I can tell when it's done because if you look in here, you don't see any wording. But if you look in this one, I don't know if you can tell, but if you look down there, you see that black stuff? That's the ink, and it's actually the reflection of it imprinted into the acrylic. So I know that this one is done. So let me show you again. So like on this one, you see the reflection of it down here. But then this one that hasn't been pressed, when I hold it down, I don't see it on either side. But I'll show you once I press it what it looks like. So let's go ahead and press that one. And I'm just going to hold that tape on top of that one to stop it from warping up as it cools off. And then we're going to put them in the water to get the paper off because it should be stuck to it. And it is, yeah. That's another sign that it is done. Yeah. Oh, you can start to see it now. Hold on. Can you see it? I can't tell. Do you see it down there? Hold on. Shoot, I'm trying to keep this up here. But if you look, you can see it. Hold on. Let me reposition y'all. Because this is not working the way I want it to work. Hold on. Do you see the black lettering now down there? So it is almost ready. Alright, I'm just going to take that and apply pressure so that as it cools off, if you look, you can kind of see it trying to warp. You see how it's coming up from the mat? It's trying to warp. And I don't want it to dry like that because I am going to put some UV gel on it. And I want the gel to have a even coating and not pull all to the middle. So we're going to hold it in place to stop that from happening. It's just plastic, that's all. So now what I'm doing is removing as much of the paper off that I can, and then I'm going to soak it and let it sit to remove the excess paper off. If you're doing this and you're having this problem with the paper not coming up, I do advise for you to wait for the acrylic to cool off before you put it into the water because you don't want to warp the acrylic.
So I'm just holding that little roll up there to stop it from warping because that turns the heat up to help speed up the process. And I don't want it to warp, I want it to stay flat. So that way it will.
I did find that adding a little bit of that Dawn dish detergent does help it come off a little bit easier and not leave any smudges on the acrylic. So that's what we're doing. And then I'm going to take a good old toothbrush and brush that off. Don't worry, no one's used that toothbrush before.
Alright, so that concludes part 1. For part 2, make sure you like, share, and subscribe and follow me. So that way you'll see when part 2 drops where I'm going to show you what the finished product looks like. And also we're going to be adding a UV gel coating to it. And we're also going to be adding some gold flakes. So I hope you're interested in that and how it comes out and how we're going to do that. Make sure you stay tuned and I'll try to leave a link to that video somewhere in this video. If not, make sure you're following me. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.
Seriously, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.